Yu-Gi-Oh is one of the most difficult trading card games to get into. With over 10,000 different cards and so many different products to choose from, where do you even begin? Using a budget of just £30 a week, I set out to mould my own deck and climb the competitive ladder all the way to the European Championships. The challenge? All my cards have to be obtained through sealed official products. I'm not allowed to trade, I'm not allowed to buy cards individually, and instead have to rely on the cold, hard luck of the draw. You're watching Yu-Gi-Oh! From Scratch. Welcome back to episode 32 of Yu-Gi-Oh! From Scratch. In this one we're going to find out if it's mathematically correct for us to go over 40 cards with our build. So we're going to be grinding out a lot of maths and test hands and seeing what works, as well as starting a journey. We're now on the hunt for two different core set secrets, and one of them is for our new deck mommy. Our chances of getting lucky with this are very slim, so it might take a lot of time and money, but it'll be worth it to save us from the rock. You can buy both of these cards individually for like a total of £10, so I'm quite scared to see how much it's going to cost us. Thankfully, we have people supporting the dream and making this possible, so big shout outs going out to Jacqueline Uchiha, Zero Gaming, Aero Blue Rebellion, Michael Kennedy, God's sake, Ryan's biggest fan, #1 fan of Ryan's, Rokket, and This Isn't Big Fred. The last three, of course, were all from Andrew Price, so thanks Andrew. All of these guys have of course made a contribution through either Patreon or YouTube channel memberships, meaning all of their pools are now blessed and the next pack they open is guaranteed to contain a Starlight Rare, even if it's not first edition. If you want to make your own contribution, links are of course, as always, in the description. So, Traptrix Reclusia. Ever since this little anti-Nibiru engine was revealed, I'd known we were going to have to pick up this card and was secretly hoping for it to be announced for a reprint. Well, turns out it actually did get a reprint, but it's an OTS Ulti Konami Alright, so back to our usual £30 budget today. We have 6 packs of Eternity Code coming in here at £2.50 each, and 5 packs of Breakers of Shadow at £3 each. Now, the scary thing is that Eternity Code is slowly going out of stock, and Breakers of Shadow is really scarce on the market and is becoming harder and harder to find. So if we struggle to pull Reclusia, even Gravedigger's Trap Hole as well, then we could be in for a rough time here. Both cards we need, of course, being Secret Rare really doesn't help either, because Secret Rares are 1 in 12. So even just in this whole episode, we have 11 packs here in total, we could easily just not pull a secret, and we'll probably cry. So wish us luck. Let's see how it goes. Right, we'll start with Eternity Code here. So, pack number 1. We've got Bluebeard, Salamangreat Zebra X, Proxy F, Gyoki Ironclaw, Golden Hair, Marincess Basilalima, Zhang Yuan, Virus Swordsman, and Witchcrafter Patronus. The Dark Souls Painted World. Alright, moving on to our first pack of Breakers of Shadow here. Let's see if we can get another Buster Dragon. We have Twilight Ninja Nichirin, the Chunin. Alright. Dynamist Plesios, Robot Buster Destruction Sword. We've already got all of these little ones. Okay, we have something, but obviously it's not Reclusia. Arisen Gaia the Fierce Knight, and Cosmo Tinkan Ultra Rare. I'm pretty sure this is actually quite expensive, being Breakers of Shadow first edition. This is the most sought after print for Cosmo cards, so you know what? I'll take it. I'm happy with that. First pack, an Ultra Rare. Samurai Saga, Draco Face Off, Apocrypha, and Dark Doriado. Going over to our second pack of Eternity Code here. We've got Resonator Command, Deep Sea Sentry, Pride of the Plunder Patrol, Noctovision Dragon. We're just going to keep getting Noctovision Dragons apparently. Revive Splash, Gyoki Guts, Pirate the Ghost Pirate, okay. Witchcrafter Unveiling, and a Wagon Wheel. Alright, second pack of Bish Bash Bosh. Let's try 3 to the front, I guess. Right, Cosmo Delta Shuttle, High Speed Relevel, Forbidden Apocrypha, little turtle with a top hat, very cute. Blackwing Harmattan the Dust, Rain Goat. This is like the Outcast Ring Wraith or Dementor. Very cool. Pendulum Reborn, and Magispector Toad Ogama. Spitting out a hurricane, it looks like. And Shiranui Style Synthesis. bending the crap out of these here. Right, for at the front, we have a Circumpolar Bear, Chilblania, Lantern Shark, Deep Sea Sentry, with a little pink thing standing by. Resonator Command, Buzzsaw Shark, Super Heavy Samurai Wagon, Revive Splash, Zero Day, and Armored Bitron. Right, pack number 3 of Bosch. God, I just had a spider hanging down from my head. Alright, Deskbot 007, Power Load. Oh god, we got some mad damage here. Dynamis Charge, Samurai Magnet. Not near mint. Dynamis Plesios, Bitbite Turtle, Toon Buster Blader, and Twin Twisters Super Rare. Have we got a playset of Bosch Twin Twisters now? I believe we do, and Magispectre Sonic. Toad again, spitting out a hurricane. Look at the little fly. Look at those eyes. Alright, pack number 4 of Eternity Code. So we've had 1 Ultra Rare. Splash Mage, Pinpoint Dash, Ape Escape, Red Familiar, Zebra, Deep Sea Artisan, Pyraith, the Ghost Pirate, Zero Day, Goldilocks, and Rose Girl, which is actually a really good plant card. The tuner as well. Alright, second last pack of Breakers of Shadow here. Let's try 4 at the front. Okay, never mind. Pendulum Storm, Super Rare. Following, Almirage, Dynamis Charge, Fat Thighs, Melodious Diva, Monkey Board, Stegosaur, and Fiendish Rhino Warrior. Player BA. Right, Eternity Code. Second last pack. Come on. At least another Ultra, or a Secret, please. King Beast Barbaros, Red Familiar, Jiawen, Uniformed, Evil Eye, Crimson, Wagon Wheel, Revive Splash, and Valiant Shark Lancer. Okay, right, we got 1 pack left of each. We're gonna leave Breakers of Shadow for last. Come on, Eternity Code, give us that Gravedigger's Trap Hole. We have a Twins Sarama, Jiawen, with his shopping list. Turn Trooper, Musashi, IQ, Virus Berserker, Blaziken, dang it, Battle Landscaper, and Zhuge Kong for the Super Rare. Alright, well, final pack here. Wish us luck. Wish us luck, my guys. Our luck doesn't seem to be working out today. 1 Ultra Rare in 11 packs. Which I guess technically you could say is on ratio, but not what I was hoping for. Alright, Deskbot 007, Dynamic Power Load, Dragon's Bind, is that Sayayu? Or however, yeah, okay, whatever. Stegosaur, Brachion, Dragon Buster Destruction Sword, it's our second copy or third copy of that now. Thick Thighs, Odd Eyes Advent, and Buster Whelp of the Destruction Swordsman. Super rare. God, we've got all the little whelps now. Nothing that we can use, unfortunately. I feel like that's going to have to be something we're going to get used to over the next couple of episodes, because we are, of course, looking for specific secrets from different sets. Alright, so let's move on to the maths. Right, boys and girls, welcome to class. Before we get into some numbers, we first need to divide up our current deck into different categories. Also, just for the record, I'm not an expert, so this is just basic stuff from my understanding. First, we have the normal summon. These cards are useless outside of the normal summon and serve literally no other purpose. Ideally, we only ever want to draw 1 to maximize our options with the rest of our hand. If we open more than 1, we then have a dead card in our hand, which is no bueno. Next, we have our Garnets. These are cards that we don't want to see in our opening hand. Not all of them are terrible to open, and some can even be quite handy in certain situations. However, opening multiple can really hurt. So if we lower the chances of opening these, we'll be increasing our chances at opening better hands. Then we have our combo potential, which, being honest, with a deck like ours that has loads of different pieces and combo lines, is really difficult to calculate. So just to make things simple, I've thrown all of our starting plays or free extenders into this category with the general assumption that opening at least 2 or more of these will allow us to make some decent plays. The rest of our cards are slightly more situational extenders or extra interruptions that are all very good, assuming we also open up a good hand. hand. So if we increase our combo potential, we'll also be increasing the consistency of our extenders. Okay, great. So now with that out of the way, before we start crunching numbers, we want to assume that we've pulled everything we're looking for right now. So Traptrix Reclusia, Gravedigger's Trap Hole, and ideally a third Called by the Grave. At this point, in order to fit everything in, we kind of have to cut the impermanence, leaving us with 41 cards. And I know it's sad, but it's true, we might as well cut the Red MD. It's another Garnet in the deck, and post errata, the only time it's good is if you already open Brotaur or if you draw into it off Yugioh. Since it's not helping with our opening hands, we give him the boot, and we're down to 40. Cool, now we can do maths. So, starting with the normal summons, like I said, cards that are only there specifically for the normal summon, there's a reason that 5 is more optimal than 6 in a 40 card deck. If we look at the numbers on a probability calculator, we can see that with 5 in a 40 card deck, our chances of opening exactly 1 is 39.79%. If we then change the numbers to find out our chances of opening 2 or more normal summons and therefore dead cards, the result is 10.88%. So what about if we play 6 normal summons in a 40 card deck? The chance of opening exactly 1 is 42.29%, which is slightly more likely than when we play 5. However, if we look at the chances of opening 2 or more, it's jumped all the way up to 15.42%, which is actually hurting more than it's helping. Now, we'll come back to normal summons in a moment, but first I want to move on to our Garnets here. Currently, we have 7 Garnets in a 40 card deck. This gives us a 43.53% chance of opening exactly 1, and a 20.40% chance of opening 2 or more, which we really don't want to do. As we increase the number of cards in the deck, you'll see that both of these percentages will, of course, go down until we hit that sweet spot of 46. At 46, we have a 42% chance of opening 1 and a 15.99% chance of opening 2 or more. Meaning, the most likely outcome by a fraction is that we open 0 Garnets with a 42.01% chance. Now, of course, as we continue to increase the number of cards in the deck, all of these percentages will change favorably, but let's go back to the normal summons. If we stick with 5 in the deck and increase the size from 40, of course we're going to be hurting our chances of seeing any whatsoever, so eventually we're going to have to bump that count up to 6. Doing the maths on 6 normal summons, going from 40 to 46 cards in the main deck, you'll see that it consistently favors opening multiples than it does opening exactly 1. However, the differences become smaller and smaller compared to the original 40 card build until we hit 46. If we then go to 47, you'll see that our chances of opening 1 normal summon starts to go lower than our original figure, which we also don't want to happen. So at this point, 46 cards in the main deck seems to be the sweet spot of opening as little Garnets as possible while maintaining roughly the same chances of opening our normal summon. As for combo potential, originally with 15 starter extenders in a 40 card build, we originally had a 63.09% chance of opening 2 or more. Bumping the deck up to 46 decreases this number to just 53.17%. However, if the 6 cards we add to the deck are starter extenders themselves, this gives us a massive 76.74% chance of opening favorably. We also have a 68.20% chance of opening an out to Nibiru through Rafflesia, and therefore a 79.7% chance of opening protection to hand traps in general. So overall, on paper, and at least by my understanding, we fucking cracked it, lads.
I cracked the code.
Now I'm just waiting for the comments to be like, Revs, what the fuck, you have no idea what you're talking about, Lamal, you saucy spastic. So the 6 cards I've added to the deck are literally the 6 remaining Crusadia cards, 1 Maximus, 2 Reclusia, and 3 Leonis, since any 2 Crusadia cards, including multiples of the same copy, starts up your plays. Now, we need to actually test this out, so I'm going to be doing a total of 100 test hands, 50 with the 40 card build, and 50 with the 46 card build. We're going to score each hand like this, so 1 point for every end board piece we manage to get to, for a total of 5, an extra point for making Rafflesia as the 5th summon, minus 1 point if the hand clearly dies to a single Ash or Impermanence, and an extra point for either a Called by the Grave or at least 2 extra cards in the hand at the end of the turn. We're going to take an average and an overall score for both builds and then compare them at the end, and hopefully the 46 card build proves to be the better option.
5 hours later.
Right, so I ended up stopping at 30 test hands of both builds, and that's not going to give us the most accurate results in the world, but it was just so mind-numbingly boring. I was comboing for like 5 hours straight. But here are the results that we ended up with, and it's far from the perfect score system, but we did learn what we needed to learn. Basically, while both builds were good at building boards, man, that's a real tongue twister, the 46 card build was consistently more resilient, meaning it could play through hand traps a lot more than the 40 card build could. So I really never thought I'd ever be saying something like this, but going forward, I think we're unironically going to be playing a 46 card deck. Just to sum all of that up for the people that want to skip ahead through all the maths, basically we've increased our combo potential, decreased our chances of opening garnets, and maintained our chances of opening normal summons. That is, of course, once we've pulled everything that we're looking for. Our deck today is going to be different. I'll throw a list up on the screen just now. As you can see, we are still playing Red MD right now. That's just to make use of it before the errata kicks in. And now, it's time to go fight some patrons. Alright, so round 1 here, we have Big Fred winning rock, paper, scissors and playing Crusadia, making me go first. We open up a pretty decent hand, and now that we have Halki Fibrax, our Crusadia combo is actually even better than before. Normal summoning the Reclusia, we of course link into Magius and special summon Draco to her zone. Chain blocking the search, we get Reclusia back to hand, and we search for Arboria here. Arboria, of course, being a tuner, we can link Draco into Striker Dragon, getting a search for Boot Sector launch, and then summon Arboria to its zone, and make Halki Fibrax, lined up perfectly for the Rokket Synchron into LP. We're also able to summon the Absorouter from hand while Synchron's on the field to chain block our Saryuja. Using LP to summon Red MD from hand, we then revive Synchron and we're good to go. The hand fixer draws us into some pretty nice extenders, allowing us to continue our plays and access a board of Union Carrier, Spheres, Harbinger and Savage. Pretty tough board to crack, so let's see what Fred does here. He starts by activating a Kyoto Waterfront, so he is playing Kaijus, and I let that go through, that's fine. Next, he slaps down a G'Darla, tributing over our Hope Harbinger, which has the Dragon Buster equipped. Normal summons his own little Skippy, but the problem with pure Crusadia is the fact that it relies so heavily on the normal summon. If you can stop them getting to Magius, then 9 times out of 10 you'll probably just win. So on the normal summon, we drop Spheres and bounce it back to hand. Summoning a Brotaur and discarding Noctovision to search for Levianeer, he passes turn for the easy kill. Game 2, I'm really not sure if he's going to go first or second, so I throw in the Nibirus just in case, and he does actually choose to go first. Passing on just a token, we have a good enough hand to swoop in for the win and stab him for game. For the second round here, we're up against Yonic, and he's playing Star Wars. He wins rock, paper, scissors and chooses to go first, but bricks enough for him to have to T-set and pass turn. Sounds great, until even with the help of a 6th card, we open unplayable.
That's a damn shame.
Searching for Formud Skipper, I then attempt to clear his monster by normal summoning our Dragon Buster, linking into Striker Dragon and punching it for 1000. The picture wouldn't load on EDO Pro, but it's a Cosmos Strawman, so I set Called by the Grave and pass turn. Starting off with an Abomination's Prison, he's able to search for an Aruha, pop his field spell to summon it, and get a search off the field spell. At the same time, he triggers an Unchained Soul in hand, which is just a free 3k beat stick. After searching for a Scimitar, he goes straight to the battle phase, beats us down, and links into Unchained Soul of Rage. This thing has a quick effect link summon using one of your opponent's monsters, and top decking Arboria, it's too little too late, we have no way to play through this, and concede the game. Game 2, we open much better. I should be able to play through a hand trap or Nibiru with this hand. So I pitch Spiral for mining, searching for Formud Skipper. Normal summon and link into Maggie, searching for Parallel Exceed as usual. Summon Draco to search for Arboria and make the same Striker Dragon Halki Fibrax play. Unfortunately, our Noodle gets hit with Impermanence, but we can quick launch through this and continue with our combos. At least if it wasn't for the fact that he also had Nibiru. Linking the token into Link Spider, we can still make a Dweller thanks to Parallel Exceed. So even though we're in a really bad position, it's not quite over just yet. Normal summoning a Farm Girl, he goes to the battle phase and attacks over Spider, dealing battle damage and therefore getting a search for Cosmojo. He then tags out into a Millennium Falcon, clears my board and deals a hefty chunk of damage, sets 2 back row, and passes turn. Top decking a Noctovision is pretty good here because we can activate launch and its effect to revive Synchron from the graveyard. Because a Dark Dragon was special summoned, we can now summon Noctovision from the hand and then bait out Cosmodule with the effect of Spiral. The plan from there is to synchro into Borreload Savage, get a couple of negates, beat over Nibiru and control the game from there. However, that would be too easy because before I can do that, he's able to activate the effect of the Millennium Falcon, summoning Darth Vader from the deck, which has a negate. Now my best play is still to synchro into Borreload Savage but not activate its effect and then just attack over Darth Vader. Scarlight actually would have been really nice here because I could have just destroyed the Nibiru in main phase 2, but now he's able to get Farm Girl back through the field spell, crash with Nibiru and win the game with a Dark Destroyer. Round 3, we got Nibiru stepping up to the plate again with his little fish fingers, winning rock, paper, scissors, and going first. We don't have any interruption, so he's able to just pop off, and he starts with a foolish dumping Mandarin. From there he activates Cynet Mining, searching for Blue Tang, which basically enables his full fishy combo, climbing all the way up to a Marbled Rock buffed to 4500 attack, and it's unaffected by card effects. He also sets 1 back row and passes turn over to us, where we top deck Boot Sector Launch. Starting with Cynet Mining, I pitch Tracer knowing that I can revive it with Boot Sector Launch, but we get hit with the Ash, so we can't search for our Skippy. I then revive Tracer and normal summon Reclusia to start going through the Crusadia plays. I'm pretty confident that because he discarded an impermanence for his Cynet Mining, he must have a second copy, and with our only out to this thing basically being Borrelsword, I'm pretty confident that he'll probably be keeping it for that. So I pop it with Reclusia and protect Reclusia with Arboria.
I like how you know it's an imperm, to be honest.
From there I link up to Borrelsword and use Synchron for LP summoning Brotaur to get to Levianeer. Marbled Rock has an effect on attack declaration to prevent it from being destroyed. Currently that effect cannot be negated because the field spell is protecting it from all other card effects. So by using Levianeer to blow up the field spell, we can then make Savage and negate the effect for easy game. Game 2 we side in some back row hate to open a pretty broken hand, including Twin Twisters. He gets to the same board except this time the Marbled Rock isn't protected, so I destroy the unknown back row. From here I can now start our plays freely, but I also have the thought that he might have a Nibiru at the back of my mind. So instead of comboing off with absolutely everything I have, I climb to a Borrelsword and threaten the battle phase. He lets it go through, so now even if I can't kill him, I know he doesn't have it and we can combo off in main phase 2. What I didn't know was that Marbled Rock's effect is not once per turn, so he just protects it on both Borrelsword attacks. I probably could have just killed it with Red MD afterwards because its attack was halved, but I'm big dumb and forgot. Not that it really matters at all anyway, because we're just going to make a big board in main phase 2 that he shouldn't be able to come back from. Passing turn, we of course drop the Dweller effect and then bounces Marbled Rock with Spheres, leaving him with 1 card that we can just negate with Savage. For the 4th and final round today, we're up against Astrid, and she's playing Gusto. Not gonna lie, she did take a game off me because she summoned this thing, which can't be destroyed by battle, and I take the damage from Gusto monsters. I had to just keep switching it to defense with Borrelsword until she summoned
another one.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Eventually I got to Levianeer and I was able to pop both of them, but then out came a third. Thankfully I saved myself the massive embarrassment and actually won game 3, so we're ending today on a 2-kill streak. Hopefully we can get the ball back up and rolling on this one. You know, I'm kind of tempted to do a video where we literally don't end the video until I lose, we just keep playing ranked. We're kind of getting unlucky with how often we actually see Nibiru now though, so probably leave that until we pull Rafflesia. Alright, so outside of all the maths and research we did today, I actually did learn something else, and that is the fact that I was completely wrong in the last episode when I said that I should be cutting Crusadia Draco down to 1. Initially for Spatha plays, Draco plus Formud Skipper didn't really get you anywhere, but after figuring out the Magius into Striker Dragon and Halki Fibrax combo, it's actually so much better, man, so yeah, definitely play 3 Draco. Also, now that I've kind of figured out an end build, I'm signing up for a bunch of different online tournaments that I'm going to test out in. Hopefully it all goes well and I can intertwine it into the content. But yeah, other than all that, it's literally just full steam ahead towards Rafflesia and Gravedigger's Trap Hole. Once we pull them, I think we might actually be in the end game, and then we can just turbo towards the nuke. Probably still need to clean up the side deck a little bit, but yeah, the end is in sight. As always, thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. I don't actually think I've mentioned liking or subscribing in this video yet, so yeah, like and subscribe. Lots of stuff in the works right now. I can't guarantee a sub Sundays this weekend, but I'll try my best to smash one out. Either way, the next episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! From Scratch will of course be on Thursday this time for real, so I'll see you there. Love you, bye!
Gravel road, I've been asked to slow down. Fireplace, do you